All right, so you go ahead and find yourself in a similar position as Hannah, seated cross-legged. Then we're going to close our eyes and shift our awareness to the breath. And for the first few breaths, practice noticing without trying to fix or control. Observe how the breath moves through you, and if you find that it's really hard for you to be a passive witness to the breath, maybe attach your mind to one particular quality. It can be easy to simply feel where the body inflates and deflates, or feeling the rate. But pick one quality and attach your mind to that, and see if you can just notice how the breath moves through you. And now take a moment and reflect on where the mind tends to go. Reflect on where that attention or how that attention affects your spirit. And let it go. So for this class, don't feel the need to set a specific intention. Allow your increased awareness to, in itself, create an unconscious intention for you. Take a larger inhale. Exhale out your mouth. Create a slight constriction at the base of the throat. And begin your Ujjayi breath. And feel how the Ujjayi breath shifts your energy. Open your eyes. Take your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, and twist. Think of the inhales lifting you up, and the exhales providing you with the strength to twist further. Inhaling for length, exhaling for strength. And then switch sides. Once again, inhaling for length, exhaling strength. And you can use the pressure of your hands to get you further into the twist. Every inhale lifting the sternum up, every exhale applying a little bit more pressure as you revolve. And then come back to center. Make your way onto hands and knees. We'll take a few moments to stretch out the wrists. So from here, we want to have the knuckles that connect the palm to the fingers grounding the most, especially the base of the index finger. And then the energy moves toward the tips of the fingers and presses down. If you have very flexible elbows and they tend to hyperextend, bend them enough so that the arms look straight. Move the shoulders further beyond the fingertips, applying more pressure to the wrists. And then back off. Good. Go forward and back a few more times. And notice that you're keeping the weight further forward in the hands. And then pause in the center. Reorient the hands so the palms face up. Fingertips point toward each other. Palms face up. Yep, good. And then we'll rock side to side. Maybe bring your shoulders further forward as you rock side to side. And then further back. And then reorient the palms so that the palms face down, fingertips point to the back of the room. From here, move your hips as far back as is comfortable for you. Start to engage the belly a little bit more. Push these muscles back. And if yours doesn't look like that, don't worry. She's very flexible this way. And then come forward and turn your hands around. Plank pose. Down dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet. Do what you need to do to get comfortable in your downward facing dog. And then begin to make your way into stillness. Inhale, plank pose. Move the shoulders beyond the fingertips. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Chest forward and up, up dog. Tops of the feet come down. Pause here, push the floor away, lift the center of the chest more. And then, go ahead from the low belly, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Keep both hands down, roll to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Reach the center of the chest forward and see if you can feel those obliques starting to fire up. Good. Come through center, second side. Twist. So we're not sinking down in the hips are pressing up as the sternum reaches forward. Plank pose, down dog. Step your feet in about 1 foot distance. Take your right hand to your left ankle. Twist. Good. At the same time that you're twisting, try to hug the tricep in of that left arm. Maybe apply a little bit more pressure with your right hand to twist you further. And release. Second side. And release. Step the feet forward. Make your way into chair pose. Interlace your fingers behind your back and start to lift the upper back. So coiling the sternum up and having the tip of the sternum start to tilt back. Forward folds. Relax the head and neck as the legs move to straighter position. The hands move toward the floor and the shoulders remain lifted. Chair pose. You can reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, opposite pinky finger on top. Lift the chest. And forward folds. Chair pose. Bring the hands to prayer and twist to the right. Okay. In your twisted position, try to have your knees level. It's a reflection of the levelness in the hips. And then you can apply a little more pressure with that left arm. Lengthen the left side waist away from the hip and the hip back as well. So we're keeping both sides of the waist equally long. Good. And then the gaze can be whatever's comfortable for your neck. Looking down is easiest for balance, especially as we lift the left foot up and step it back. Good. Reinvigorate the pressure with the left arm to twist you further. Try not to let the left ankle sickle back. Keep the heel stacked over the ball of the foot. The ankle hugs to the midline. Warrior one, inhale. Reach both arms up. You can ground your back heel. So you can step the back foot in just a little bit. Good. Lengthen the arms skyward from the sides of your waist. And then straighten your right leg. Pull your hips back and reach the chest and arms forward. So now we're going to get into that right hamstring. Lift the arms a little bit more, just one more. So use the horizontal extension of energy. The hips pulling back, the hands reaching forward, one more. And then go ahead, take your fingertips down. If the floor is too far for you to reach, grab a couple blocks. To further intensify the pose, you can choose to lift the ball of the right foot up and pull the heel back. If you'd like to go even further, you can think of a little back bend, so it's like the tops of the shoulders are lifting and the buttocks are lifting. Warrior one, bend the front knee, reach the arms up. And then step the left foot forward. Chair pose. Bring the hands to prayer. Twist second side. Good. So she's drawing that right hip back to keep the hips level. The sternum is reaching forward. Both sides of the waist are long. Maybe she applies a little more pressure with that right arm. Keep this guy reaching forward. Yeah, so if you're like me, you may round in when you're coming into the pose. Re-extend the chest, the left side of your waist. Transfer your weight and step the right foot back. Same work, good. So often as we try to twist further, what can happen to that back heel is it starts to splay to the side. What we want to keep is that outer right hip lifting and that heel hugged toward the midline. You've overachieved there. Warrior one. Good. Straighten your front leg. Go for that horizontal reach and energy. Hips back, chest and arms forward. The feeling is like the chest dropping as the arms lift and the hips pull back. The hands reach away. And forward folds. Good. If you want, you can lift the ball of the foot. You can add the back bend. Warrior one. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, flat back. And then step or hop back. Make your way through a vinyasa. Inhale, plank pose. Roll to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Keep both hands down. Good. Feel those obliques working once again. And then reach the right arm up. Draw the right knee into your chest. Step the right foot next to the left hand, all the way up. Have the toes point forward. And then come on up, crescent pose. Inhale. Good. From here, bring the hands to prayer and twist to the right. Keep the sternum reaching forward and then create a bind here. Okay, if the hands don't touch, you can just have one hand grab hold of the outer hip. And then from here, we're going to look forward and down and step on the right foot. Left foot comes next to it. Okay, your right hand can also hold the outer right hip, transfer the weight into the left foot and stand upon it. Good, so that right leg comes along for the journey. Keep the center of the chest lifted. And then from here, reach the left hand all the way to the toes, the right arm back. And if you have to have the knee bent, you can grab hold of the outer knee rather than the foot. Lift the center of the chest. Try to keep both sides of your waist long here. Warrior one, step the foot back, reach up, inhale. Straighten the left leg. Twisted triangle, right arm forward, left arm back. And then go ahead, take the hand down, left arm up. Okay, so yogi's choice for this one. The hand can be on a block. It can be on the inner side of the foot, on top of the foot, or very advanced outside the foot. Keep the right side of your waist reaching forward and the left hip pulling back as the left side of your waist reaches forward as well. Warrior one, inhale. Vinyasa, palms down, move and breathe. Inhale, plank pose. Roll to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Pause. I meant the right foot. Pause. And then go ahead, reach the left arm up. Draw the left knee into the chest. Step it next to the right hand. Crescent pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to prayer and twist. And bind. Yes, there you go. Outer hip. Chest forward, left side of waist forward. Yes, that a girl. And then go ahead, look down for balance. So the gaze is right below the eye sockets, and then step the back foot forward. Transfer your weight and stand upon the right foot. Keep the center of the chest reaching forward, and don't be discouraged by any temporary flails. That's part of the learning process. We want to keep our energy up, even in those little moments of imperfection. And then go ahead, split the arms as you reach for the foot. Extend the chest. She's got that outer left hip drawing down, so it's not hiking up, but both sides of the waist are still long. Inhale. And step the foot back. Warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Twisted Trikonasana. Left arm goes forward, right arm back. Yes. And then you'll take a variation similar to what you did on the first side. Good use of breath. And make sure you find a position here that's comfortable for your neck. Warrior one. Vinyasa. We're going to try that twisted bird of paradise one more time. See how we do. And then we'll move on to some arm balancing. The goal is to just get you so tired of standing and doing this pose that by the time we do the arm balances, you're like, yes. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Twisted triangle pose. Once again, see if you can take it further than you did the first time. Let's get the hand outside the foot. Good. Reach the chest forward. Bend the knee. Try to create that bind now. You're the catcher. Okay. Transfer the weight and step the left foot forward. Okay. Come on up. Come on up. Chest forward and up. Good. And her intention is lifting her chest, and she's doing a great job of it. And then release the arms up. Set the feet together. Forward folds. Inhale, flat back. Vinyasa. Lift the left leg up. Step the foot forward. Come on up. Twisted triangles. So the back heel can come down. Straighten the front leg. Twist. Make it a little harder than previously. Good. Chest forward. Try not to pinch the shoulder blades too much. Keep the muscles at the base of the neck passive and try to create space both in the front of the chest and the back of the chest. And then go ahead, bend the front knee. The back heel will naturally lift for most of us as we do that. That's fine. And then go ahead, try to create that bind. See, this is the other good side. Try to extend this waist forward. Yeah. So we're thinking of this hip pulling back and the waist reaching forward. And then transfer the weight. Step forward. Stand up. Arms up. And step the feet together. Okay, and then just turn toward the camera. we're going to do some work to engage the internal obliques a little bit more. So Hannah's going to keep her shoulders in line with her heels. If your arms are tired, you can bring them to prayer. But remember, we're keeping the chest where it is. Go ahead, take the hips to the right. You want to feel like a little crunching right here. So you can even use your exhales and imagine that getting compact. And then the other side. Yeah, really feeling into that area right there. Those obliques firing up. And then inhale, center. I'll do it with her. Exhale to the right. Feels good. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. And to the right. Inhale. To the left. Inhale. To the right. Inhale. To the left. Last one. Try not to get sloppy. Inhale. And yeah. All right, reorient yourself forward. Sideways. Chair pose. Sit down. All right, now, always a crowd pleaser, the twisted Navasanas. All right, so Anna's going to place her hands behind her hips just for a little extra support. You don't have to do that, though. You'll hover your feet, and then you're going to bring your knees all the way toward your left shoulder. So the left, toward your right shoulder. Your left butt cheek is off of the floor. And then from here, you're going to lower a little bit, extending the legs. The chest lowers. And then exhale, pull it in, twist. Yes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 2. Inhale. The arms can be outside the thighs also. 3. Twist more. 4. And 5. Second side. She could have kept going. I recommend you do lots of these all the time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. 3. 4. Last one, pull it in. And center. Good. Down dog. All right. Here's where we get to the real fun stuff. Inhale, plank pose. Roll to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Pause. Chest forward more. Hips up higher. Reach the right arm up. And then from here, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest, but this time you're going to step it in front of the left thigh, pointing to the side of the room. Transfer the weight into the left hand. Engage the inner thigh of the left foot as you lift it up. Go ahead. Yeah, you can pull it in and step it next to the right. Then from here, the right arm comes across the thigh. All right, so like your twisted chair. If you're in the habit of resting the hip on the elbow, you can try taking your left arm wider. And also turning the hand out will help to prevent the hip from sinking onto the elbow. But if you're in the habit of it, or if you're not in the habit of it and you're newer to the pose, you can use the hip. Just long term, that's not where we want to live. From here, she's going to reach the chest forward. So the knee is above the tricep. She'll reach the chest forward. We're going to make contact. And the energy of her chest is on a diagonal away from her knees. And she'll tilt that the right hip skyward as she comes into the pose. So lift your right hip up. Good. Now she's going to look in the direction of her knees and drop her left cheek to the floor. Butt up, and then, okay, here's the hard part. We're going to extend the bottom leg forward, and then she's going to bounce her chest forward as she lifts. Yes, yes. That a girl, strong in the arms. Okay. Yes! Let's do it again, side number 2. Go ahead, down dog. I don't recommend doing a vinyasa between them unless you have great endurance, because why tire yourself out more? Inhale, plank pose. Roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot. Pause, chest forward, hips up. Get strong. All right, reach the left arm up. Yeah. All right. Draw the left knee in. Step it down. Good. Transfer the weight forward. Lift the right foot up and step. Good. Here we are again. All right, so you get to practice. You want that thigh above the elbow, most important thing, okay? And then she's going to lean forward and a little bit away from the knees. She'll tilt the bottom hip skyward. Yes, some of us will just naturally fall straight down. All right, you're ready. Go ahead. Butt up. Right here, butt up, toes up. So important. Now we're going to use that bottom leg reaching forward, chest forward. Push the floor away, chest forward. Yes. Awesome. So you guys at home, you can rewind that over and over again and see if it helps in slowing down and trying to piece it together. I think, is that enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough for her. All right, so we're going to move toward the cool down. All right, go ahead and lay down on your belly. Make your way to Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is with the elbows down. Yes, so elbows are stacked underneath the shoulders. All right, now after all that rounding in the back, we're going to open up the pecs a little bit. So I'll have you start, let's bend your left knee, and then reach your left arm back. And I'm going to have her grab hold of the big toe side of her foot. So the palm faces out. And now press the right elbow down and kick your foot away from you. How's that feel here?
Good.
Yeah, it's nice. So we're opening up the pec there. And often what will happen is we start to sink into the right shoulder. Press that right elbow down to lift. And then release. Switch sides. So yes, palm faces out as we grab hold of the foot. Left elbow presses down and we kick the foot away, opening up the pec. Don't forget to breathe. And relax. Good. Place your forehead down. Bend your knees. Reach your hands back. Okay, and yogi's choice. You can grab hold of the pinky toe sides, or if you like that feeling in the chest, you can grab hold of the big toe sides of the feet. Kick the feet away, lift up. Good, and what she's done, which is smart for her low back, she's keeping her knees just hip width apart. Kick the feet away a little bit more, lift the chest. And relax. Let's make our way into child's pose. You can imagine that the forehead, the part that's making contact with the floor, it's like the floor is bouncing into your mind and softening the folds of your brain. That earth energy calming you. And then you'll make your way up. So lift your head up and then swivel your ankles to the left and sit down. Good. Take the legs forward. Good. And then let's scoot forward on the mat just so everyone can see your beautiful face. And lay back. All right, we'll just finish up with one little hip stretch. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, closer to me. Closer to me. Good. All right. Draw your knees into your chest. Cross your right thigh over the left. Good. And then from here, yogi's choice. You can flex the feet and grab hold of the pinky toe sides of the feet and draw them toward your shoulders and down, kind of like happy baby. All right, the feeling is of the hips moving away from you as the hands pull the feet down. And if you have very flexible ankles like Hannah, try to flex your feet so that both the inner and outer ankle are equal length. If this pose is too intense for you, you can instead straighten that bottom leg and just grab hold of the back of the thigh and pull the legs toward you as the hips reach away. You can take whichever one you like. And switch sides. an adjustment for this guy. I'm going to grab hold of those ankles and move them back and down. And then I'm going to take my knees toward her thighs and pull them toward the floor. Oh my God. Yeah. This is an intense one, and it's a bit intimate. You definitely don't want to be like staring into the eyes of the person that you're doing this with, but I mean, unless you do. I didn't teach you that. Keep pulling. And I can use my hands to ease up the pressure as I let her go, and then release. Hug the knees into your chest. And release. Shavasana. So here once again we're returning to that passive breath. And think of the breath happening to you rather than you breathing. Make your next inhale deeper. Let out your mouth. Reach the arms overhead and stretch, fingers through toes. Draw the knees into your chest. Roll to the left. Come up to a seated position and close your eyes. And then take a moment right now to reflect on the different emotions that perhaps came up as you applied yourself in this physical practice. Notice the thoughts surrounding your analysis of those feelings. One of the great qualities of the yoga practice is that we have the opportunity to observe who we are as we face these different challenges. And as useful as it is at times to set specific intentions of who we'd like to be or how we'd like to be, it's also important to take the time to let go of those expectations and simply embrace who we are and where we are. And trust that in the acceptance of that, we're moving through any stagnation that's keeping us there. Bring your hands to heart center. Namaste.
Namaste.